Greetings, Internet. It is I, the Hyper Mailman, and oh my goodness, I just saw the new Thundercats trailer thingy, and I facepalmed. I facepalmed hard. This is garbage. It shows zero respect for the fans of the original Thundercats, and it shows zero respect for the fans of the 2011 reboot. Now, I had no problem with the 2011 reboot. I thought it was an interesting premise. And the reason why it got canceled is not very widely known, but Cartoon Network is operated by lobotomized monkeys. They changed the scheduling of the show multiple times, put it on hiatus multiple times, then put it on a permanent hiatus before outright canceling it because it wasn't selling toys. Yes, that's what happened to the 2011 reboot. And now Cartoon Network is just using this asshat of a director who thought to himself, the Pebbles haircut from Flintstones. Yeah, that's the look I want to go for. What is this? I'm reminded of the people back in the day who tried too hard to be cool. We called them posers. I remember those kinds of people. Yeah, you do, because they're permanently etched in the back of your minds. They tried way too hard. In fact, the Thundercats' roar reminded me of Yo-Yogi. And I thought I had thoroughly expunged that from my memory bank, so apparently not. It's like, okay. Initially, I thought, okay, this is kind of like Steven Universe meets Clarence kind of a deal. But just why? Is it because yeah, because masculinity has never taught a boy to be a man. Never taught him how to stand up for himself, have his own opinions. No, of course not. We can't have anything of worth or value for little boys. Because being a boy, being a man, is the wrong thing to be. You can be anything under the sun except for a man. Well, a straight man, I mean. I just want a big, huge, ginormous, blazing inferno to break out and take every single solitary last identity politics and social justice started with it. Because this is what's killing Star Wars. This is what's killing everything. Now, Steven Universe and Star versus the Forces of Evil, those are their own things. Those were crafted, okay, with their own mythos, with their own backstories, with their own set of rules, per se. And I will applaud that. I do applaud that. I will always applaud that. When you make something that's original and you have your own set universe and its own characters, its own story elements, that is praiseworthy. However, if you're going to use an IP that has been established, it has its own lore, it has its own characters, and it has a history that is known by a lot of people, and you pull this kind of nonsense, they're going to get angry. They're going to get mad. And it's not exactly hard to see why. And it's like magical slicing stick. Okay. I'm going to say this, but if a show by the name of Star versus the Forces of Evil is more butch than you, you're doing something wrong. Yeah. And that opening sequence was just pure cancer. My eyes, my ears, everything hurt afterwards. I just couldn't believe that this got greenlit. That someone thought this was good. And I know somebody somewhere is going to be like, dude, come down. It's a show aimed at kids. That is the worst possible excuse you could possibly have. Because there were shows back in the 90s that were aimed at teens and kids. We remember them. We hated them then, and we hate them now because they didn't talk to us, they talked down to us. Because kids want to feel like they're progressing toward adulthood. They want to sit at a big kid's table. Remember that when you were a kid? What did you want to do? Always wanted to do. You were stuck at the little kid's table, and you saw the big kid's table, and you wanted to be there. Because that was where the cool kids were. You wanted to be where the cool kids were, but you were stuck at the kid's table. And when you finally made it, it's like, yes! But, I mean, what's next? Are they going to remake The Wizard of Oz because it didn't have enough diversity? Oh, I just fucking cringe. Now, I am fully aware that there is a remake out there called The Wiz, but that's its own thing. I have no problem with The Wiz. Why don't I have a problem with The Wiz? Because while it is its own thing, and it's a take on The Wizard of Oz, it still stays faithful to the source material. I do applaud that. And if you stay faithful to the source material, you will always get a pass with me. I do not have a problem with The Wiz. It's all black Wizard of Oz. I don't care. It's its own thing, but it stays within the same frame or whatever. With the outset being, the premise being The Wizard of Oz. Just with a little bit of Motown thrown in, or whatever it is. I haven't personally seen it. Maybe I should. Who knows? But, yeah. So, yeah, Thundercats. There's so much that you could have done with this IP. You could have remade the original. Just make the animation crisper, cleaner. Update the animation. Is what I meant to say. Yeah. And people wouldn't have a problem with that. This is what a lot of fans, including myself, have been kind of clamoring for years. Is like, hey, if you're going to have Thundercats, just, remake the original. Make it, rework the art styles. Just a tad. But stay faithful to the source material. It's a comedy show. What? No! You could have comedy in an action show. But if you focus primarily on comedy, which it looks like it's going to be this, and I say that with the biggest air quotes possible, known to man, comedy, it's not funny. There is no comedy to be had. It's just like telling a joke and then retelling that same joke over and over and over and over and expecting people to laugh at it. It's like telling this joke. A man walked into a bar and said, "Ow." It's not funny, really. You might get a slight giggle from someone. But that's about it. That's all you can possibly expect. And then saying it again. A man walked into a bar and said out. It's like, you already said that. And you do it again and again and again. That's what this feels like. It feels like saying a man walked into a bar and said ow, only 30 minutes long. 30 minutes of that, yeah. I'm not going to give this a chance because it's garbage. Kids deserve good animated shows. And my only hope is that thundercats comes out sometime. I want this to be announced. Netflix, I don't care who it is, I want thundercats. I would rather have kids watch that than this travesty. Because it's like Batman meets Ninja Turtles and they're cats. They fly in a cool as crap airplane. They have gadgets and gizmos, and they live in perpetual debt. Yeah, that sounds a lot. That sounds familiar to all of you who went to college. Is like perpetual debt. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting premise, you know. Well, anyway, that's all I have to say is Thundercats roar more like Thundercats bore, and just stop. Till next time, see you later.